What's happening with you beautiful, beautiful people? First off, I want to apologize for the last few days. There was no videos. Um, Basically, what happened is my hard drive that had all the videos that I've edited and saved on there crashed, which means we're missing 2 episodes about. So I apologize for that. So if you are confused and you don't know what happened in the last episode, I apologize, but I'm going to quickly fill you in. Because we have a new club. That's right. We got an offer from a Welsh team, and we're not at Kruger United anymore, and it's the 1st of July, which means we've got a transfer special for you. Before we talk all the transfers, we talk all that stuff, let's jump into the game. Hit like, subscribe, and tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters to join in on the fun that is the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. And here we are. We are Connor's K Nomads. That's right, Connor K Nomads. I mean, it's a really cool club. I kind of like that. I've had a bit of the looking into the club history. Can have a look at that. They've won quite a few honors, 25 honors in total. 2 JD Cymru premierships. I think it's called Cymru or Cymru. I'm not Welsh. I can't speak Welsh. We've also won 3 Welsh Cups, 3, and then a whole bunch of other cups as well. All of that stuff. The club was founded in 1946, a still semi-professional Welsh club playing in the Premier League in Wales. And they're looking forward to a mid-table position. That's what the group have said to me. So that is just a little bit of their league history. Last season finished a bit low. And then, I don't want to compare with anyone. Okay, we just have to compare with someone. So ours are the purple white patches. So you can see, you know, at one stage we were, what, 3rd? That's the highest. It looks like it. Very difficult to see on this little graph. But we've been a mid-table team in the Welsh League. And you can see we took over from Mark Orme. He was sacked in 280 days. We took over on the 20th of May, to be exact. I've mapped out a team already. I've signed some players already. There's a lot of players on free contracts or non-promote playing contracts. So we'll just go through that list in a bit. We can talk about the players individually and everything. There's 41 players in the squad. It is a little bit on the high side, but like I said, there's a lot of players on non-contracts that are probably just, you know, out of the door. With all that being said, let's talk about the depth in the squad before we talk about signings. Goalkeeper-wise, we have a good goalkeeper, and then we have 2 okay goalkeepers. The good goalkeeper is Josh Shattle. I like the looks of him. A good, solid 22-year-old English goalkeeper. Decent goalkeeper. I like the looks of him. Has a good aerial reach and a good handling, rather. 9 is not bad for this area. 11 reflexes is good. Good physicals on that path. Ryan Berry, he's the backup goalkeeper for now. The 21-year-old Welshman. Has decent stats. Doesn't have the potential really like Chris Evans over here, but he's a little bit younger, which is why I've decided to go with Berry as the backup option. Hopefully we can send Chris Evans out on loan and develop a little bit better. I think he could become a better goalkeeper than Berry. In terms of the defense, if we look at the central of defense, we are a little bit light on the center of defenses. I say that it looks like a lot of people, but it really isn't. So starting for us at the moment is Callum Flynn. A good, solid centre-back, 182 centimeters. Not tall enough for me to be a proper defender, but at least he has good marking and good aggression and positioning, which is something I do like the looks of. And he'll be alongside Damon Park, another Englishman in the squad. He is a very, very tall, very, very strong centre-back. I like the look of him. In the backup positions, we've got Nick Grogan. I mean, there's room for improvement there in terms of backup. And Alib Thomas, a man we brought in this season. He is probably going to start. In fact, he should be starting on that left-hand side, to be completely honest. He's a very, very good centre-back option. I haven't really done the full squad in there, but he is one of the new signings, Albert Thomas. And then another player that we do have as a centre-back option, probably our fifth choice, is Liam Miller, 18 years old. He is wanted currently by a couple of teams. He is available on a free transfer because he's on a non-contract. So those are players that we will be looking at maybe saving for future references. And then the only other defender that we can really speak of that can sort of play centre-backs is Kai Ryan here. Another new signing for us. Bought him more as a midfielder, but I think with how the season's going, or how the season goes, depending on how it goes, I think he could be slotting in as a centre-back option. But we did bring him in as well. We'll talk more about the signings in a little bit. Now, in terms of the midfield, oh, actually, sorry, let's talk about the wing-backs rather, not midfields. We've got on the left-hand side, we've got a lot of depth for the left-hand side. We're going to go with Oliver Williams here. He is probably the best of the bunch, 19 years old, Welsh. And he's not too bad. Can play on the left and the right, with Lucas Curtin being his backup option on that side, who I think could potentially become a little bit better. But for now, we are going to stick with Williams. And then there's another Williams in Dave Williams, who is probably the third choice in terms of left backs. We do have a fourth, fifth, and sixth choice. We have Callum Roberts, who can play there. Also played centre back. Not great. We also have Joe Hughes, who can play there. Probably not great. More of a wing back than a full back. And Charlie Edge, who is an option if we need him. More of a attacking midfielder, though, but could play in there if, in fact, needed. He is listed, though, so don't expect him to stay at the club much longer. Over on the right-hand side, we have no starting right back. I do have two youngsters that I could easily slot in there, one being Sion James, a decent 18-year-old. Maybe the dribbling and the crossing and the first touch isn't great, but he could develop into something a little bit better. I'm looking at probably keeping him as a backup. And Sean Thomas, another youngster who at 19 probably won't feature too much. We also have Mael Davies here who can play on the right, but he is definitely more of a midfielder. He is definitely in the midfield type of player. Don't really see him being a right back for that. Let's talk about the midfield. We've got a couple of options in the midfield, with the main two being Timon Gallagher McLewan. He is currently listed as our number one starter on the right-hand side. I feel like there's room for improvement there. And then a new boy that we brought in, Luke Marriott. I mean, just look at him. He's too good for this level. So I'm glad we managed to get hold of him. And then in the terms of backups, like I mentioned, Mel Davis. We also have Mark Davis, who can play in there, more of a DM than a centre mid. We're not playing with DMs, we're playing with centre mids. We then have Malachi Akaneki, but he's leaving at the end of this month. In fact, tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. We have Aiden Evans, who can also play in that position. And we have Steve Rowlands, who can play in those positions. And we have Riley Davis, who can play in those positions. And we can also have Adam Taylor, who can play in those positions. All the last guys from Davis, all the way, Mark Davis, all the way down to Taylor, are probably going to look at trying loaning them out and getting them some game time. We then go to the attackers on the left-hand side, or it'll be attacking midfielders rather. We're playing with an attacking midfield on the left. We've got Aaron Jones, who is very, very good physically. Technically, not so great, so maybe room for improvement, but he is 19 years old, and I do like the looks of him. And we did mention Charlie Edge as well. And then Jack Wilson, he's going to be our utility guy, can play on the left and the right. Probably get a lot of added time on there as well. We also have Finley Corrigan, who can slot in there if need be. He's more of a striker in my eyes, but he can slot in there if need be. And on the right-hand side, we are gifted with the 17-year-old prodigy in my eyes, Marcel Hall. I mean, just look at those physicals at 17 years old. This guy can develop. If he gets game time and develops, he could be an absolute beast of a player. Currently on a non-contract. I'm looking at getting him on a permanent contract. We then have Ian Williams. He's another guy that I'm looking at potentially trying to build up. Because he's also fantastic. And then there's a guy that I want to speak about. He is listed as a right attacking midfielder. Mark Lewis here. We just look at him. I'm just looking at him, and he just looks like he could be a good centre mid. I might be crazy. I might be, a bit over the top and trying to retrain him. But at 19 years old, with those type of physicals and those type of mentals, I think he could easily be a centre back, a centre mid. I think that is where he should be playing, to be honest. So we are training him to play as a centre mid. And then in terms of the right-hand side, we also have Jack Wilson, like we mentioned, who can play on the left and the right. We have Alan Holmes, a decent little prospect. And then also Aaron Ball here, who is not probably as good. And then up front, we're going with 2 strikers. First of all, it's going to be Tommy McNally. Just signed him in. This man looks absolutely beast mode for us. Very, very good target forward for us. And then alongside him, we spoke about him, Aaron Finley Corrigan is going to be there. The backup options is Rio Owen. Very good target man. Think he could be a good little utility player to bring on as a backup option. We also have Aidan Pritchard, who can easily slot in there. Probably looking to bring in one more striker, because we have a few others, but they're not anything to talk home about. Jaden Tang, I mean, he's all right. Nothing great. Reece Cartwright, again, all right. Could develop. He's 18 years old. And then Anthony Davis, who, again, I'm not too phased about it. But yeah, that's pretty much the squad as it's lining up. Let's just show you how we are lining up. There we go. That's better. So yeah, as it stands, this is how it stands. Shatton in goals, Williams, Park, Flynn, no right back, Callaghan, McLowan, Marriott, Jones, Hall, McNally, and Corrigan over there. We can talk about the transfers that we did make quickly. Transfer history is where I need to be. So we can just go to the day before, the season before. These are the few guys that we did bring in just before the end of the season. It was just Luke Marriott. That's who we brought in on our ace. That's the only one on this side. And then, like I said, we brought in Kane Ryan and Tommy McNally. Kane Ryan, I am still umming and ahhing. I do think he's probably a better left back than Park, maybe long term. But I think for now, I want to start with Park. And then, because he is very left-footed. Where is he? Kane Ryan. Very much left-footed, reasonable right foot. And Park is not really right-footed, so I can't switch him across. I don't really like having unsuited feet in the back. But Callum Flynn is definitely one position we might look to improve on in terms of centre-back options. But like I said, as we stand right now, this is how we're lining up. I'm going to go through the squad. I'm going to get rid of some of these players, send them out on loan, maybe sign Hall to a permanent contract. We'll find out in a bit. There's a few guys that I am on the market for. We'll talk about those in a bit.
Guys, we're back. I guess it's a transfer special, I suppose. We have made one offer, if that helps with anything, is Josh Carey. It's been negotiated. They want me to pay full. I can't afford full. We can afford 70 with mandatory fee. You know, I just can't make that offer. I don't want to buy mandatory. But anyway, in terms of out, Chris Evans, Reece Cartwright, Liam Miller, and Ian Williams. I mean, he rejected that option, so that's at least good. He does have another bid on him. Of other players in for him apparently. So yeah, there's a few others in for our players, so we might be losing 4 players. The issue that I have at the moment is we have no money. You can just see 0 transfer, and we £50 over the wage budget. We do have 1.2 in scouting, which I could move into the transfer, which I could move into the wage. With that being said, if those 4 players do leave the club, there is opportunities to bring in some players. We have brought in another player since the last time you were in chatting to me, and that is Lyle Wiley here, a right back, Scottish youngster, like the looks of him, from Ross County. A very, very good player indeed. He's on loan for us. We are not paying anything for him. It's a free loan, and the loan cannot be terminated, which is cool, but it can be recalled, I guess. So there's that. Yeah, so he's in there. He's in the first team. We still do need, in terms of other positions, I am looking for another midfield. I have changed the tactic somewhat to be less direct. This was a direct custom route 1 thing. We're going for wing play. play with someone a little bit deeper. When we're in out of position, we go quite deep, and striker moves forward, and then so forward. I'm trying it so far, but as it stands, this is the first team. This is what's starting. It's Shattle in goals, Wiley, Park, Thomas, Williams, Ryan, Marriott, Hall, Jones, Carrigan, and McNally. Those are the starting 11. I do still need a backup for Marriott. I don't have a left-sided attacking midfielder, as well as a backup for Jones, because Charlie Edge, 32-year-old, has said he wants to leave at the end of the season. Trying to get him sold. Nobody wants to buy him. £4,000 is what we're asking for. £190 per week. We can offer him out again. No one's really jumped in line for that one. But I think he could be a decent amount of players to get off that transfer budget. Another player that we are looking, Williams is left on loan. Okay, he is out of the building. We can let's go to the under-19s then, just chill there. I have promoted 2 players from the under-19s. One in Aaron Ball here, 19 years old. He's apparently too old to play for the under-19s. So he's come into the team. Probably not going to play much football. He is on a freebie. And the other one was Davies here. He's coming to be Marriott's backup for now until we can find someone better. Yeah, if Miller goes, and it could help a little bit with wages, I guess. I mean, I don't know if non-contract players take out wages, but with all that being said and done, if we look at the fixture lists, I mean, the season is in like 2 weeks' time. So I think instead of making this a full-blown transfer special, we're going to come play the Newton at the National MG Cup, which I'm not sure what type of cup that is, but that's where we're going to go and play our first game of the season. I've decided. We can see how we are against Newton Town, who are in the same division as us, I want to say. What division are they in? They're in the same division as us. So we are going to play them at some point again. So, yeah, I guess we're going to play them in this league. We'll play them in 2 days, 2 weeks later after that anyway. But yeah, we're going to do the Nathaniel MG Cup game. That's when we're coming back. Well, we're back, folks, for the first game against Newton. Some bad news, though. Marriott is injured at the start of the season. Our new club captain is not going to be available for this one. Decided to get injured in our little 4-0 victory over Western Supermare. Twisted his ankle. So that's that, which means this is the starting lineup for our first game of the season. Shattle in goals, Wiley on the right, Park, Thomas, and Williams on the left. Ryan and then Callaghan, McElwin comes in there and to play on the left-hand side. In fact, that makes more sense. Ryan can play better there. And then Hall on the right, Carrigan playing as the shadow striker, Jones on the left, and McNally up front. We only get 5 subs, so it's going to be a little bit of an interesting one to try and nuss this out. We do have a lot of under-19s that we're forced to promote. So I don't like big squads, but I've got to stick with these guys. We don't have a reserve team, so the under-19s, they're not on paid contracts. So if they don't play, they don't get paid. And chances of any of these guys getting paid this right now is not high. So if we do get some offers in, we will obviously sell them off. Let's go to the game. 5 subs. This is going to be fun. And kickoff is underway at the home stadium of Newton. I didn't actually see what the name of their stadium is. It should be on here, right? Click on this one. The Montgomery Water Latham Park in Wales. So that's where we are at the moment. We will do an away day for our own club next episode. So we get to see our own little stadium as well. I just wanted to get to the first game. No new signings from the time you last saw me till now. So we are still in the market for another left-sided midfielder because we don't really have another left-sided midfielder to bring in except for Ryan, who is the right-sided midfielder to play because he's reasonable on both feet. Park gets pushed down. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. I didn't set up penalty kick taker, so I think it's Hall. Hall is stepping up for the penalty. Let's see if he's a good penalty kick taker or not, eh? Hall stepping up, and Hall hits the crossbar. Oh, I thought it went in. I was about to say, and Hall scores his first goal for the club of the season, so no. Remember, this is not for the league. This is for the MG Cup. We are playing a balanced mentality. I have been toying with the idea of going to a positive. When we're chasing games, if I just go up to positive, it does make a big difference to the squad, and it does help us move the ball forward. But at the moment, I think balanced is the way to go for us. The idea is that we just soak up pressure, we sit back quite a bit, and we hit them on counterattacks. We have very fast players. Oh, that was close. We have very fast players in Hall, Carrigan, Jones, and McNally up front, who just kind of sticks on the last line there. He doesn't really drop that much. So with counter-attacking football, it does make a lot more sense than direct route one football, because we kind of want to use the midfield a little bit more than just bypass it, and we've got good players in the midfield to help build up that play in the counter-attacking football. Brennan goes over the top looking for Hamilton, who goes back to Moses looking for the long cross in. Williams with the clearance, not that far though. Hamilton goes across, and Charlie Padaro Bitcoin, that's a name, isn't it? Charlie Padaro Bitcoin. He sounds like he's named after a sponsor. Padaro Bitcoin. And anyway, that was a good finish from him, though, I must say. It was well constructed. Thomas maybe should have taken a step in a little bit to try and put him off, but we've succumbed to a 1-0 deficit at the moment. Our goal this season, of course, I don't care too much about the MG Cup, to be completely honest. Our focus is the league, trying to get into the top half of the league. That's where I really, really want to be. Padaro Bitcoin brings it in for Ferdinand. He goes all the way back to Gordon. He's looking for options. Graham to Gordon. Goes over the top, looking for Moses on that wing. He's got Moses, pulls it back. Defense trying to get to it. Shattle makes amazing save. We're on the back foot quite a bit here. I am going to switch to a more positive mentality already. I'm not happy with how much we're sitting on the back foot. We need to get a little bit more. We have more possession, more shots. We're just not converting those shots. Hall, moving it forward now. That was not a smart no-look pass there from Hall. I mean, there was a guy literally right behind him. Brennan, Hamilton, Moses, looking for options, goes long. Defender should clear this. Park does a terrible clearance and almost costs us a second goal there. Luckily, their striker couldn't hit the target. Park finding Thomas. Goes over the top to Jones. Jones looking for options, and he gets dispossessed poorly. Newton brings it forward with Gordon. Graham brings it back. Pedro to Bitcoin. Hamilton looked a bit offside there, and the flag does go up. Eventually, there's so many flies in this room at the moment. It's annoying the hell out of me. Williams, bring it forward to Jones. Goes back to Williams. Thomas. And that's the half. That'll end like that. It is currently 1-0 to Newton. We need to do a little bit better. Second half is underway. The hoodie is off. Things are getting serious here in the video. Jones bringing it forward. Can really do with a goal at the moment. We're not doing much else. I mean, like I said, we're all over them, but we're just not taking our chances. I'm going to switch to attacking mentality. We've got to go for it, I think. I think we need to find the right balance for the squad, in so to speak. And just at the moment, it's not doing wonders for our team. Going to make some swaps, I think, is in order. Who's looking bad and tired? Carrigan is not playing great. Pritchard is going to come in there. You know what? I'll keep Pritchard as the shadow striker. It's not ideal to play in that position. Don't really have another guy to play in that position. Elsewhere, Hall with that missed penalty is not playing great. Going to leave him on for a few minutes longer. I do have Lewis on the bench, who I can bring on. And then elsewhere, Williams is not playing great as the left back. We're going to bring on Curtin, and I'm going to switch him to a wing back. He's just a better wing back than he is a full back. Trying to get a little bit more forward, I think. That is the play. We can hopefully create something, because defensively they've been very good, restricting us to just 6 on target. And the one shot that they have taken, one of the best opportunities they've scored in, which we haven't done. Whitehead, Casey, back to Whitehead, goes all the way back to Ferdinand. Gordon, Graham, Whitehead, trying to bring it forward. Pedro Bitcoin scores. Just sliced open the defense. I think that is the risk of going attacking. It does leave a little bit of holes in the defense. I'm not happy with that. I'm not even going to see that. Hall has been poor on that right-hand side. Hall come on for Lewis. Do have Davies as well, because Carrigan is not playing great. Do I have another sub? Don't have. We're going to do 3 subs. Right, those are the 3 that we're going to do. I thought we could maybe get 4 out of 5. I should actually read that better next time in this competition. Although it looks like we're not going to be in this competition for much longer. But yeah, we're still working things out. We're still trying things out. The tactic might change again, I feel. I know our preseason did very well, but I mean, this has not been ideal in terms of our performance. Maybe it's just, you know, first game jitters. I don't know. And then Curtin gives the ball away like that. Like, you can't do that, Curtin. Oh, Hamilton is through on goal now, and this is just getting worse. Moses, Brennan, Whitehead, back to Brennan's going to take a long-range shot that goes over the top. That's a disappointing result. It really is. 2-0, we're out of the cup. Maybe if Hall had scored that penalty, things would have been a bit different. I don't know, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. Right, so with that loss of the Nathaniel MG Cup competition, that's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. We are going to come back in just a few games' time. Probably the Llanell Town. I'm not sure how you say the double L in Welsh. I think it's like a Y sound, like Lloyd, because Lloyd has a double L, so it'll be Llanell Town and Fleet Mountain. I think those are the 2 games who come back. Just maybe a bit further, I don't know. Maybe Britain Ferry Laneswell will come back there. In terms of the JD Creamu Premier League, of course, this is the main competition in Wales. We are predicted to come in 8th. The New Saints, who are fierce rivals, in 2nd. Cardiff Met in 1st. Do we have anyone in the Dream 11? We do not have anyone in the Dream 11. So, yeah, when do we play New Saints? Because New Saints is our fierce rivals according to the club information. We play New Saints. We only play them in October. That's a bit far away. But maybe a future episode. But yeah, I think somewhere around here we'll be back. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hit the like button if you do. Hit subscribe. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Everybody join in on the fun that is the Vuvuzela Victory Challenge. For now, though, your boy is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.